asking Alex about the fact that you guys are just about a handful of teams that haven't allowed a sack yet. He said he really feels like it's the meeting time you guys are putting in just as players. Just can you give your perspective on how that all has come together, what those meetings will look like, and why you think they're beneficial?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just something that we take a lot of pride in. You know, we like to meet with the quarterbacks, running backs, tight ends, get everyone all on the same page, and that's something that's so crucial because, you know, defense like to create a lot of confusion, and that's one major way teams get sacks is creating confusion where running back and offensive line are on the same page. And so if we can get together and meet for, 30 minutes a couple nights a week and get everyone on the same page, that's going to be huge on Saturdays. And then, it just comes down to pride at some points, just blocking your guy longer than they're going to try and get to the quarterback. So quarterbacks always need more time, and so that's what we try and give them.
They're defensively, I think they have 14 sacks. I think they're tied for the conference, so it sort of feels like something's got to give. How do you try to make it so it's not you guys this week?
Right. I mean, they create a lot of chaos. They're really twitchy up front. They're going to give us a lot of different looks, a lot of twist games. One of the more dynamic fronts we've seen, a lot of speed to them. They work some good hand moves and things like that. So great opportunity for us this week, in a hostile environment, going to make it harder to communicate. And so that's why our meeting time and things like that are going to be even more crucial because of the environment we're going to be playing in.
I came over late, I don't know if you've been asked, but right guard, left guard, how has that transition been for you, and how do you feel you played coming off a week?
Yeah, I felt like I played all right this week. Getting back in the groove of things, had a little tweak the week before, but, felt like I was 100% going into the game. So felt like I transitioned smoothly. I've worked a lot on the left and right, so transition wasn't anything too crazy for me, so felt pretty comfortable out there.
Don't need specifics, but Dan said it was knee-related. I'm sure there's a moment when you hear anything knee-related, you're concerned it's long-term. Was it a relief to only miss 1 week? And
yeah. I mean, it was something that, just kind of as the game went along against Georgia, it just kind of got a little worse every series. And, it was just something to take care of, get on top of. And, we did that and, feel like we're in a good position moving forward.
Did it hold up okay? Because I think you went to the locker room. Was that related to that?
Yeah, no, that was something different. And, I was able to play through it. So just a little extra treatment time, and that's what it takes to be back out there.
It's your last year. You're going to play through as much as you can.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. I already missed time last year. I don't want to miss any more.
I know you mentioned some of this, but Washington State, especially on passing downs, has been really, and I guess on rundowns too. I think they have 30 tackles for loss. Yeah. When you see those numbers, kind of realize this is a week that you guys are going to play a big role.
Yeah, it's a huge test for us up front. They create a lot of chaos. They move around a lot. They've got really twitchy guys up front, and they get off the ball. They led the nation in forced fumbles last year. They're up at the top again this year, so they're always around the ball. They're creating havoc, and it's going to be a great test for us. And like I was saying earlier, in a hostile environment, it's loud up there. Even though they don't have the biggest stadium, their fans are loud and they're into it. So it's going to be a great opportunity for us, great challenge against a good opponent.
I don't think you played, but that 2018 game up there, and it seemed like the team was a little shell-shocked with the noise. Would you convey that to some of the younger guys who haven't been up there?
Yeah, no, I addressed that on Sunday, said, look, this is something you got to be prepared for. I know that they don't have the biggest stadium, but, their fans are loud, they're into the game, and it's going to be loud up there, Get prepared for that mentally because we're going to be stepping into a hostile environment, and that's something that we didn't do a good job of in 2018, and so that's something we got to take advantage of during the week, getting used to it, and hopefully get a jump on it for Saturday.
You talked about how few guys have actually played with fans in Pullman, because we were looking through the stats. I think Chase might be the only one on the team who played significant snaps. 2020, no fans. 2018, a lot of the guys turned over.
Right.
Is that something you guys have thought about, who's actually played up there?
I don't think it's anything that we've thought about necessarily, but like I said, it was something I addressed on Sunday, because I realized that, there's not a lot of guys that have played up there. So we addressed it, and, we're going to do what we can to emulate it in practice this week and go up there and try and win on Saturday.
What's going to be the key for you guys to sort of recreate what you did against BYU and take that into conference play?
Right. I think they're two pretty different opponents in terms of what they do defensively. Their fronts are a little different. BYU was bigger, more stout. Washington State's going to move around a lot, create a lot of havoc. But I mean, both of them really well-coached teams, and they're going to be gap sound. They're going to be disciplined in what they do. So, at the end of the day, Coach Lanning's talked about it. It comes down to what we do. It's Oregon versus Oregon. That's our goal. Is control what we can control, and I think we'll like the outcome on Saturday.
What did you see from Marcus, both in the game as last week, but the week before when you weren't playing? Were you kind of in a coaching role there when he came off, and how did he stack up?
Yeah, no, I try to do what I can, to help mentor him, and I know that can be your first start can always be a little wide-eyed. Obviously he got that experience against Georgia the week before, which I'm sure helped him, but I think he's done a great job, and he took a lot of big strides during the spring, and we all saw it, and you kind of saw this coming, that he had made a big jump, and so it's great to see, his work paying off this season.
The depth in general has been a little tested with you out, and Stephen's out a little bit now. Jackson's playing, Dawson's playing. You feel pretty comfortable with like having 7 to 8, maybe 9 guys?
Yeah, I think we've got 8 to 9 guys that we can win with, and that's huge for us up front. Because the injuries are going to happen, it's part of the game, and so just being able to withstand that and continue to have a good offense and keep things moving, not keeping them from getting to the quarterback, running the ball with whoever's out there is really important.
Is there a name for that jumbo package?
14 personnel, 14J I think is what we call it.
There's
so
nothing, there's no.
No, we don't have any we don't have any
names.
cool names yet. Coach Dillingham's struggling to come up with cool names for things like that.
One of the shortcomings. The few shortcomings.
Yes.
That drive at the end of the first half, what did that mean for your guys momentum-wise, but just also to kind of prove a point? BYU known to be a really physical team, and you guys went for it on fourth twice and kind of powered it down.
Yeah, I mean, that's something Coach Dillingham's talked about. If a team's having a hard time stopping something we're doing, we're going to do it until they show they can stop it. And so I think that was kind of the mentality on that drive, and that was definitely, that whole drive was kind of a mentality drive of like, hey, we're running the ball, we're running the ball, try and stop it. And the guys did a really good job of getting movement, and running back did a good job running hard, and obviously it worked out.
Can you think of because you've been around this program in Eugene for a long time, can you think the last time you guys used a fullback so frequently in a game? Do you have any idea? I was trying to think about that.
Well, might be Josh Lyon, the head coach over at Sheldon, might be the last frequently used fullback. So shout out to Coach Lyon over there. He might have a little coaching up for Pat that he can give us.
I was going to ask, how did the auditions go for that fullback spot?
We tried out a few different guys, but I think they just felt most comfortable with a guy who's a tight end. You have that threat of a pass catcher out of the backfield too, and and then with all the shifts and whatnot that we do, we can shift him out and we can get into a personnel where we can throw the ball with him in there too. So I think that was just kind of what Pat brings to the table there.
Was that when kind of the confidence booster you guys needed heading into conference play?
I mean, anytime you win a game, it's huge, But obviously against a really good team like BYU, it felt good to get that win, especially in front of our home fans, and it was a great environment on Saturday, and so yeah, I mean, it's good to take that into conference play.
Last question.
You're one of the last guys to still be there in 2018 to at least experience what that environment was. How do you help prepare the rest of you and Alex to help prepare the rest of the room for
Right.
this?
Yeah, we talked about it on Sunday. I kind of addressed it with some of the guys. Hey, this is going to be a hostile environment. Their fans they're loud, they're rowdy, and it's going to be a huge challenge for us. Communicating offensively. Quarterback, O-line, running back, all that. So emulate it in practice. We had the crowd noise going today, and we'll work the silent count during the week and do everything we can so that when we go up there on Saturday, it's not a shock to us, and we can go out there and operate like we want to.